Our ships come in over calm seas. Now this is another absolutely gorgeous nugget of wisdom from Florence Scovel Shinn, because what she's explaining here in this beautiful sentence, and this is from the Game of Life, the book, The Game of Life, which I do not have available to show you. What she's explaining, which I deeply resonate with, is that ships cannot come in when the seas are rough, right? Ships with, imagine, beautiful, massive Spanish galleons with gold within them and all this wonderful bounty on these ships. Well, they can't come into dock, they can't come home if the seas are rough. So people often liken our emotions to fluidity, to water. They say water is emotion. They say that when you have dreams about water, it's to do with emotions. So what it's explaining here is that these beautiful, massive galleons in our subconscious, in our being, cannot come home to dock and unload that bounty if the waters of your being are uncertain, rough, not calm. Okay, so we have to make sure that our emotional state of being, even when the outside world looks like it could be absolute chaos, we make sure that we're steady, that we're calm, that we're graceful, that we're certain. Okay, now I'm not speaking to you with the lack of experience here, because I've had many experiences over my life when things have happened and miraculously, right up when it got to the last point of absolution, when it looked like everything was going to go to shit, excuse my language, something's come along. Okay, I was on universal credit for about 12 months whilst I was building my businesses and things like that, and it got to the 12th month when I was going to have my money cut off before I was making enough to support myself, and I just had this inspiration, this inspired thought, right, the law of inspired action. This inspired thought to message a wonderful woman who ended up saying to me that they were struggling with their online stuff. I said, well, I spent, 11 months in Ireland working on this stuff. What's going wrong? We had a phone call. They ended up paying me £800 a month for the next year and a half, which supported me tremendously, as you can probably imagine. Another example of this was when I was coming back from Wales, and again, pretty destitute financially. We'd gone through a lot and we needed things to come forward. And I come back to absolutely astronomical news of a huge amount of money that had come to somebody who I knew, and I was supported with it. Another time was when we set up Guy and Earth, and we met a wonderful gentleman who believed in us tremendously, and his support has helped us to carry on even to this day. And we had a conversation with that gentleman, and the next day we ended up getting £50,000 wired to our bank account. So all of these outstanding moments of support, universal support, to ensure that what I'm here to do, what we're here to do, actually continues until its inevitable realization and manifestation in our physical world. But again, during all of those moments, one thing that I do recognize that I always had was calm waters. Yes, you're faced with the sudden reality of what's going on, but I always knew. I always knew that something comes along. I always knew that I'll always be supported, right? These two pillars of my existence never wavered. They always held firm and held strong. And I was always willing to go homeless, to go into absolute absolution in order to get to where I knew I was going to be. And guess what? I never had to go homeless, I never went without, and I still haven't gone without. And that's the understanding and the truth of our world, is that when you speak something into existence, you go on a journey immediately. When you want something, you have a desire and you have a goal and an idea, it exists, it's already done. But there's a journey to getting there, and that journey to getting there is filled with magic and wonder. Because like most people say, getting the thing is usually not what you talk about. It's how you got to the thing that ends up becoming the conversation point or the conversation starter, And so this is the power of our world. What you want is already done. You have it. This is a philosophy not everybody can truly understand. Once you have asked and you recognize that something is in alignment with your truth and something is destined for you, you have it. Right? That's the whole point of being God. You know, like, yes, I am James and I'm, you know, working with that infinite intelligence. You know, there is like an experiential exchange, but when I pass on, that's exactly what I am. Or, who knows, maybe I can attain it in this lifetime. But with that level of awareness, you recognize what you are. You know, all of our past, you know, wonderful, masterful individuals were speaking about this. They weren't saying you're beneath, you're lower, you're this, you're that. They say everything I can do, you can do, and better. Everything I can do, you can do, and some. Everything I can do, you can do, and more. Okay? That's the point. Right? That's the point. We are not beneath. Your flesh, and you're running around with your personality and your identity and your ego, talking about all your opinions and everything that's going on, but you are infinite intelligence manifested in physical form. Okay? What a beautiful thing to say out loud. You are infinite intelligence manifested in physical form. You exist in the most miraculous way. Okay? It's hard because we have free will. You know, it's like giving me a firework rocket launcher at the age of 7 years old. I probably would have got in trouble. You know? And humanity got given the ultimate key. Imagination, free will, the ability to choose and orientate yourself to a way of life. Unfortunately, in this game of life, we got given free rein to all things, all the good and all the bad. And there are people choosing bad and there are people choosing good and everything in between. But the point to me is that once we come out of physical reality and we go back to all the things that are and all the things that are beautiful and all the things that is, it's good, it's love, it's oneness, it's unity. There's no separation. You can't hurt me and I can't hurt you because we are one. You know, there's no rape, murder, thievery, hatred, envy, anger, because you are a part of yourself. You know, we become one singular pure source, you know. And I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to inflict pain and cause suffering. I love myself. You know, I've got a lot of time and appreciation for who I am as a person. So I wouldn't want to do it to another. And ultimately, either whether I attain it in this lifetime or not, I wouldn't want to do it to myself or another person, dead or if I'm here or I'm dead, you know. So, coming back to the point of this video, our ships cannot come into dock, they cannot come home in rough seas, okay? So, keep yourself steady, right? Keep yourself steady. If you know for a fact that what you desire is yours and it's on its way, stay firm. Stay firm in the eyes of doubt, stay firm in the eyes of fears, stay firm in the eyes of you know, hostilities, of external appearances. Stay firm, because it will come to pass and you will get exactly what you need. And that is a fact, okay? As long as it's aligned with wisdom. This is what I'm saying. I know what I'm getting, right? I know it's aligned in the deepest wisdom for where I'm going and everything that makes sense. It's coming. It's here. I have it, okay? I have it now. It's already mine. And I'm on a journey to its realization. And it's going to be beautiful. Because it already is beautiful. Just like the last video about my subconscious lover. In here, it's already beautiful. It's good. It's happy. It's powerful. It's excited. It's joyful. That's what goes on in my mind and in my heart. Power, knowing, infinite knowledge of the truth of our reality and who I am and what I'm here for and what's coming for me and my loved ones and the people around me. Okay? As always, if you need help with this, if life's a challenge and you feel like you need a little bit more support, I of course offer one-on-one sessions and card readings. If you were looking for some infinite intelligence, wisdom coming through your own knowledge, so the cards brings it through your consciousness, not mine, although I can also, you know, aid and help, then check out my website. Feel free to have a session with me. I love to work with anybody, you know. Really do love to work with people who are in alignment, you know, because it's got to be that alignment, you know. If you don't like me, then we're not going to work together. That's just obvious, isn't it? If you don't resonate with my being, etc. So I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, afternoon, my friends. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.